How would you like free listings and getting free listings and at the same time increase your average sales price? I mean, would that be pretty cool or what? Chris Stafford here. I am the founder of the Luxury Listing Collective. I'm also a current 30-plus year listing agent in the trenches in San Francisco. So I know what's working now and what's not working. But listen, I want to get you free listings and I want you to increase your average sales price at the same time. That's one of the things that we specialize in at the Listing Collective. It's all about how can we get you to increase your average sales price. So one of the things that we can do to get free listings and get your price up is, now drum roll please, wait for it, okay, and don't frown and don't roll your eyes when I say calling expired listings. Yes, okay, I know calling expired listings is not for everyone, but listen, people, you are a salesperson, and who better to call than sellers that already have selling on the brain? I mean, yes, that's right. They know that they have to sell their house. Most expired listings are super motivated because they know that they absolutely have to close, get the house sold, to move on with their life because they got a divorce, they got a job transfer, you name it, whatever it is. So there are some expired listings that they're just testing the market to see what's going on. But the bottom line is this. Call expired listings and let me show you how to do it so it's not really salesy or douchey or really uncomfortable for you. And the first thing that you absolutely have to address is your mindset. Again, I see you guys rolling your eyes because the bottom line is this. When you go in with the right attitude, with the right mindset, guess what? It's going to be a lot easier to do. Now, stay with me to the end because I'm going to give you a tip on how to make this really easy for you and super successful. But when you have the right mindset and you're going in there as a problem solver, you're going in there to fix their problem. You're not a telemarketer. You are not a hardcore salesperson. You're going to go in there with empathy and you're going to go in there as the solution to their problems. And that is what you have to get into your head. You are not a telemarketer, so have a very strong mindset. You'll probably get rejections, and don't worry about that. That's part of sales. So you have to have a super strong mindset, number one. That's so vitally important. Number two, make sure that when you're calling expireds that you are doing your research. I mean, at least take a glance at the listing in the MLS. Maybe look at the pictures and see if there's any problems with the pictures. Maybe look at the marketing description. Maybe, obviously, look at the price, all right? Because this is the best way to increase your average sales price, is working the expired listings in the higher price bracket. And I want to talk a little bit more about that in a second, because I've got a pro tip at the end of this video that you're definitely going to want to hear, which makes my calling expired listings really super easy and very efficient and effective, okay? But do some research. Have an idea as to why this listing expired. Guess what? More than likely, it's probably price, okay? I mean, you could have a bad price on it. You could also, the marketing could suck, all right? But most likely, in most markets, it's going to be the price, and that's why the expired happened to begin with. So figure out, if you're a seasoned real estate agent, heck, if you've even been in real estate for a year, all right, you can probably figure out why the listing expired. All right. One of the most important things that I mentioned earlier is when you're calling them, go in with empathy. You can talk to them and say things, have a script. All right. This is absolutely super important. Have scripts. All right. We have a lot of scripts in the Listing Collective. It's not a big secret. You can just Google scripts for expired cold calls, and guess what? You'll get a script. But don't make it sound like a script. And this is why one of my most successful Listing Collective listing agents in our program practices his scripts every single day. Have a script, but don't make it sound like a script. That's super important. And as part of your script, you're going to go in there with empathy. Is this, really with feeling and understanding, is there anything I can do to help you out? Are you still thinking about moving? You must be so frustrated. Can I help out at all? Something along those lines where you're feeling very empathetic for them. But definitely use scripts. Now, here's my bonus, okay, which I think has really made, for me personally, has really made calling expireds really easy, effective, and sort of fun, actually, because what I do is to increase my average sales price. I'm only looking at the top expired listings in categories, price points that are much higher than what I currently work. And consequently, because of that, number one, and this is key, this is the pro tip, consequently, you're not working hundreds and hundreds of expireds. I personally, when I'm working expireds, I try to keep the number of expireds that I'm working to like maybe 15, maybe 20 tops, okay, if you have that many in your marketplace. And the reason is a couple things. Number one, you can only focus on the high-end listings, number one. Number two, when you have fewer expireds, and this is key, when you have fewer expireds to follow up on, you're going to do it more effectively, and you're going to have fun with it, and your follow-up is going to be way better. And the reason is, I can guarantee you this for sure, that if I told you to call 100 expireds, your brain would shut down and you probably wouldn't do any calls at all. But if I only told you to concentrate on 15 expireds, and those are high-end expireds, it's going to be a lot easier to call those people. It's going to be a lot easier to follow up with those people. It's going to be a lot easier to drive by their homes, knock on their door, give them a copy of your statement of qualifications. Do you want a copy of my statement of qualifications? Hit the link down below and use it, plagiarize it, and use it for your expired listings. But it's a great entree calling card that you could leave at the door if they're not home, that you could give to them so that it shows your authority and credibility and all that good stuff. But the bottom line is, when you're only working 15 expireds, it's just a lot easier to be really efficient and effective with your follow-up. And that's really the key. Your follow-up is got to be spot on. Number one, sellers are going to probably say, no, thank you, click. You've got to call them every single day. You've got to figure out a way to get in front of them. Pro tip, don't mail them something. 87 million real estate agents mail the expired listings. And guess what? They're getting mail this high and up to their eyeballs, and they're not reading any of it. You want to stand out and actually have a chance? All right, call them every day, number one. Number two, go to their door and give them your statement of qualifications, which is a lot easier to do because, like, for instance, I have them in the trunk of my car. And so when I'm on my way to an appointment, a listing appointment, and I know I'm driving by an expired, I'll plot out my route so that I can stop by, knock on the door, at least leave my statement of qualifications at the door. That's a lot more effective than actually mailing them something or trying to do that for 50 or 100 expireds. And again, look at my statement of qualifications. It's super classy. It has great graphics on it, great information in it, including my CV or resume, testimonials, my marketing plan, all that kind of stuff. It's a lot nicer than the postcard that 87 million other real estate agents are going to mail to them. But that's the pro tip. Your follow-up has to be key. You're probably going to have to call people 7, 9, 10 times before you maybe even get them on the phone. Go to their front door, give them your statement of qualifications, be proactive, be energetic, be motivating, and be empathetic. That is really the key. And doing it on a smaller number of expired listings is really a lot easier and a lot more effective to handle and to manage and to get those listings. So go out there, you start calling expireds, and make your business an expired listing empire.